Welcome, dear listener. Today, I will tell you a beautiful and emotional love story. It is about two people from different worlds. One was poor, one was rich, but their hearts were the same. This is the story of Emily and John, a story of dreams, love, pain, and choices. So sit back, listen carefully, and feel every word in your heart. Emily was a simple girl. She lived in a small village with her parents and two younger sisters. Her family was poor. Her father was a carpenter. He worked day and night to earn money. Her mother cleaned houses and cooked for others. Life was hard, but their home was full of love. They smiled even when they had little food. They stood together in every storm. Emily was different from other girls. She didn't dream of gold or pretty clothes. She dreamed of books. She loved to read. Every day, she walked to the small village library. It was her favorite place. She read about big cities, famous people, and beautiful dreams. She wanted to become a teacher one day, but she knew her parents couldn't pay for college. Still, she kept dreaming. Then one morning, something changed. A new student came to her school. His name was John. He looked different. His clothes were clean and expensive. His shoes were shiny. His hair was neat. People whispered that he was from the city. They said his father was a rich man. They said his family had moved to the village to build a factory. Everyone wanted to be his friend, but John stayed quiet. Emily didn't care about John at first. She thought he was just another rich boy. But then, one day, their teacher gave them a group project. Emily and John were in the same group. She was worried. Would he laugh at her poor English? Would he refuse to work with her? But John surprised her. He smiled gently. He listened when she spoke. He didn't act proud or rude. He said, "You're smart, Emily. I like your ideas." Her cheeks turned red. No boy had ever said that to her before. They started working together. Slowly, they became friends. They talked about books, dreams, and life. Emily learned that John missed the city, but he liked the peace of the village. John learned that Emily was brave and kind. He liked her smile. She liked his soft voice. Days turned into weeks. Their bond grew stronger. They started sitting together during lunch. They walked home slowly after school. John would carry her books. Emily would laugh at his jokes. It felt like a sweet dream. But dreams don't last forever. One evening, Emily came home and saw her mother crying. Their rent was due. Her father was sick. They had no money for food. Emily felt helpless. She wanted to help. She wanted to do something. But what could she do? The next day, she came to school with tired eyes. John noticed. "Are you okay?" he asked. She nodded, but her eyes told the truth. After school, he stopped her. "Emily, please tell me what's wrong." She stayed silent for a moment. Then the words spilled out. John listened without a word. When she finished, he said, "I can help." But Emily shook her head. "No, I don't want your money. I don't want your pity." John looked hurt. "It's not pity," he said. "It's love." Emily froze. "Love?" John nodded. "Yes, I love you. I didn't know when it started, but I know it now." Tears filled Emily's eyes. "I love you too, John. But we're from different worlds. Your family is rich. Mine is poor. This can never work." John took her hand. "Love doesn't care about money. Love is about hearts." Emily smiled. For a moment, they believed love was enough. But soon, the world knocked at their door. John's mother found out. She was angry. "She's not like us," she said. "She's not good enough." John tried to explain, but his parents didn't listen. They warned him, "If you choose her, you will lose everything." Emily heard about this. Her heart broke. She didn't want John to suffer because of her. So, she made a hard choice. She wrote him a letter. "Dear John, you changed my life. You made me feel special. You made me believe in love. But I can't let you lose your world for me. I want you to follow your dreams. I will follow mine. Maybe one day, our paths will meet again. With love, Emily." John was heartbroken when he read it. He searched for her, but she had left the village. She moved to the city and started working in a small school. She taught little children. She smiled every day, but her heart missed one person, John. Years passed. Emily became a teacher. She was strong and beautiful. Her students loved her. She was proud, but a part of her heart was still waiting. One day, she heard a knock at the classroom door. It was John. He was holding flowers. His eyes were full of tears. "I found you," he said. Emily stood still. "Why are you here?" John smiled. "I never stopped loving you. I never married. I searched for you everywhere. My parents understand now. I have my own business. I came to take you home." Tears ran down Emily's cheeks. After all the pain, all the waiting, they were together again. Emily stood at the door, looking at John. She could not believe her eyes. So many years have passed. He was still the same John. Kind eyes, gentle voice, and full of love. But something was different too. He looked stronger, older, and wiser. Life had changed them both. She wiped her tears. "Why did you come back, John?" He stepped forward. "Because I never moved on, Emily. I worked hard. I built my own company. I waited for the day I could stand on my own feet and look for you. And now I'm here. I want to marry you." Emily's heart raced. She had waited so long to hear those words. But she was afraid. "What if your family still says no?" John smiled. "They already said yes. My mother visited the village again. She saw the people. She saw how kind they were. She realized that love is not about money. She told me, 'Go find her if she still loves you.' And here I am." Emily didn't say a word. She just hugged him, tight, like she never wanted to let go again. They got married in a small ceremony. It was simple but beautiful. Emily wore a white dress. John held her hand with pride. Her family cried tears of joy. His family smiled and gave blessings. Two hearts, two lives, finally became one. After the wedding, they moved to the city together. At first, life was not easy. Emily had to adjust to city life. The noise, the tall buildings, the busy roads, it was all new to her. But John was patient. He helped her every step of the way. He showed her around, helped her get a job at a school, and encouraged her to follow her dreams. Emily began teaching again. Her students loved her stories, her voice, and her kind heart. She taught English with passion. She told her students, "If I can do it, so can you." One night, Emily and John sat on the balcony of their flat. The sky was full of stars. "Do you remember the first time we met?" John asked. Emily laughed. "Yes, in the library. You were reading my favorite book. And now," he said, "we are writing our own book. Together." Emily nodded. "With pain, love, and hope on every page." But life still had its tests. One day, John's business partner betrayed him. He lost a lot of money. He came home with worry on his face. Emily didn't ask anything. She simply made him tea, sat beside him, and said, "It's okay. You've walked with me in my pain. Now I will walk with you in yours." Her words gave him strength. Together, they started again. They worked hard. Emily opened a small online school. John helped her with the website. Children from all over the country joined her classes. She taught not just English, but also confidence, strength, and dreams. People started calling her Teacher of Hope. One evening, as Emily walked into the kitchen, John was making dinner. "Sit down," he said. "You've worked all day." Emily smiled. "I remember the girl I used to be, the girl with old shoes, walking to the library. And now look at us." John turned and looked into her eyes. "You didn't change, Emily. You just grew. You were always strong. I just helped remind you of it." They sat together, holding hands, talking about life. Many years passed. Emily and John were no longer just a couple. They were a team, a family, and a symbol of love. Their love had faced storms, but it always survived. It became stronger with every challenge. Emily's online school kept growing. Children from villages and cities joined her classes. My parents wrote her messages like, "My daughter speaks English with confidence now, all because of you," or "You gave my son a dream." She smiled with every message. Her dream had come true. John rebuilt his business too. Slowly, with hard work and honesty, he earned people's trust again. He started a foundation to support small schools in poor villages. He often said, "We have enough. Let's now help others who don't." Emily and John were not rich in gold, but they were rich in love, respect, and purpose. One morning, Emily stood near the window. She held a small letter in her hand. It was from an old student. The girl wrote, "You taught me how to speak, how to write, and how to believe in myself. Because of you, I got a scholarship. I want to be a teacher too." Tears filled Emily's eyes. She showed the letter to John. "This is why we never gave up," she said. John nodded. "You gave others what you never had. You became the light you were once looking for." That night, they sat with their two children, Lily and Adam. Lily was 10. She wanted to be a writer. Adam was 8. He wanted to build schools. Emily looked at them and said, "Once I had no shoes, but I had a dream. And now I have you. Never forget, life is not always fair, but you can always be kind." Lily asked, "Mama, how did you and Papa fall in love?" John smiled. "We fell in love because we saw each other's hearts. Not the money, not the clothes, just the hearts." Emily added, "And we stayed in love because we never gave up on each other." One day, a reporter came to interview Emily. He said, "People all over the country know your name. They call you the teacher with the golden heart. What is your secret?" Emily answered with a soft smile, "I was a poor girl with a big dream. I didn't wait for the world to change. I changed myself. And I never forgot who walked beside me in my hardest days. My husband, John." The interview went viral. Millions of people watched it. Comments poured in from all around the world. "This story gave me hope. Now I want to study again. True love really exists." John and Emily were surprised by the love. They were just two people who loved each other. But now, their story has become a light for others one evening. They stood together on a stage. A big school had invited them as guest speakers. Emily looked at the crowd. Then she said, I was told I could not dream. I was told I was too poor to succeed. But here I am, speaking to you in English, not because I was lucky, but because I worked hard, and because someone believed in me. Love is powerful. Education is powerful. And you, yes, you are listening right now. You are powerful too. The audience clapped. Some cried. Some stood in silence, thinking deeply. Later that night, as they walked home, John said, we didn't just live our love story. We became a story that helps others live. Emily smiled. And the best part is, it's still not over. Years passed. Emily and John were now in their 50s. Their children had grown. Lily had become a writer. Adam had opened a free school in a small village. Life was calm, peaceful, and full of meaning. Emily and John would often sit in their garden, drink tea, and talk about the past. Do you remember the day we met in the library? John would ask. Emily would smile. I remember everything. They had built a life from nothing. Together, with love, with faith, and with dreams. Their home was not big, but it was filled with books, laughter, and memories. But one winter, everything changed. John started feeling tired. He would cough often. He lost weight. Emily asked him to see a doctor. After many tests, they got the news. John had cancer. It was serious. Emily held the report in her hands. Her heart broke into 1,000 pieces. But she didn't cry in front of him. She smiled and said, we will fight this. Together. John looked at her gently. You have always been my strength. And you still are. The next few months were painful. Hospital visits, medicines, sleepless nights, weakness. Emily was by his side every minute. She fed him. She read to him. She prayed for him. She never showed her pain. But inside, she was breaking. One evening, John held her hand and whispered, I'm not afraid, Emily, because I had a full life. I had you. She shook her head. No, don't say that. I mean it, he said. You were my home, my light, my reason to smile. If my time is ending, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for loving me when I was young. Thank you for standing with me when I lost everything. And thank you for making me the happiest man in this world. Tears fell from her eyes. I still need you, she said. You have me, he smiled. Even when I'm not here, I'll be with you. Always. That night, John closed his eyes, and he never opened them again. Emily sat beside him, holding his hand. She didn't scream. She didn't fall. She just sat there quietly, whispering, I love you, John. Thank you for everything. The world felt empty. The house was too quiet. The tea tasted different. The books stayed closed. But Emily didn't stop living. She wore white. She walked slowly. But she still taught her students. She still told them stories of love and dreams. She still said, believe in yourself. People asked, how are you so strong? She answered, because I love deeply, and that love still lives inside me. 1 year later, Lily published a book. Its title was My Father's Last Words, Love Never Dies. The dedication page read, To my mother, Emily, the strongest woman I know, and to my father, John, who taught us that love is forever. Emily cried when she read it, but it was not a pain. It was peace. She stood in front of her students one day and said, You may lose someone you love, but their love never leaves you. Love is not a body. It is a feeling. It is light. And even after death, true love stays alive. Final words. This is not a sad story. It is a beautiful story because Emily and John prove that true love can cross every border, rich and poor, far and near, even life and death. Their story still lives in every book, in every child they helped, and in every heart they touched. Love is not about the rich or poor. Love is about understanding, respect, and heart. Love is not about big houses or expensive cars. Love is about standing by each other when times are hard. Love is about growing together. Emily and John prove that love between two worlds is possible if the hearts are true. True love grows with time. It does not need diamonds. It needs respect, patience, and shared dreams. And even the smallest voice can one day inspire millions. Thank you for listening to this story. Never stop believing in love, and never stop learning English. Keep growing, just like Emily did.